everybody and welcome. The countdown has been taken care of. Welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub, and it is the day when we go for some demo games, the demonstration games, by the way. Let's quickly accept greetings from our students. So Sagar is here, says good evening. Raj, welcome back to the hub, and now please be regular. I think this is Abir, right? Abir, is that you? I think this ID is Abir's ID. And Arya Mahakal is here, the birthday boy. How are you? He had his birthday yesterday. Arya Mahakal is here. Aryan Bangre says, good evening, everyone. And Ant-Man is asking if Jay is not available, can I do the typing work? Well, I think Jay was there yesterday as well. It's just that he was not active because he was down with cold and cough. I believe that today he will be with us. And yes, you can assist and be the second guy who does all the typing. So you and Jay collectively can handle that stuff. Itesh says, good evening, sir, and all. We are joined by Itesh and Dishen as well. Great. Now, I think that is Shreyan Godbole using some other ID. Is that your mom's ID? Let us know. Jay is here, so very much active. And Jay, we all hope that you are better, feeling better than yesterday, of course. Grant is here on time. Great to know. And Rayansh is here, one of the students for the feedback this Saturday. And there you are. Oh, and again, change of ID for Godbole immediately comes back to the usual Pratiksha Godbole ID. I don't know. And yeah, even Abir is acknowledging that that's his mother's ID. By the way, what do we do today? It's the time when we play the demo game. So slow game, 10 plus 5. Rapid game, not exactly classical, but it's slow enough for me to highlight about how you should approach. Remember, it's not about win or loss. So when I give you the feedback, it's not quintessential that I should have only your win to show. No, I want a meaningful participation. So whenever we play games, pay attention to how we don't rush into moves. And initially, always when the opponent makes the move, we'll find out why the opponent played whatever it is that he played. Okay. So yeah, sure, we are going to do that. And Shreyan saying this is my grandmother's idea. Okay, fine. So let's get started. It's 10 plus 5 games and we are looking at demo games today. That's what the lecture is about. We have the checklist ready. So the students can definitely type uh, the important points in the checklist. Now we are lucky we have the white pieces. So if at all it's e4, e5, I'll go for Danish gambit. E4, c5. Okay, then I will definitely go for the Smith-Morra gambit. So after this, I'll play c3 and then knight takes c3 is the move. That's the main line. And our opponent has accepted the gambit. Guys, whenever the pawn is accepted, you call it the accepted, the gambit accepted line. And if the opponent like says, no, I don't want the extra pawn, then it's the gambit declined. Somebody, oh, Ayush wanted to do some typing, even Jay wanted to do that. Well, this is what you want to do. I said, and I'll say it again, okay? Whenever your opponent accepts your pawn sacrifices as a part of the gambit, then it's gambit accepted, which is applicable in this case. We offered the pawn and the opponent said, okay, I'll take the challenge. Let's see. And when the opponent says, no, I don't want the extra pawn, I'll rather focus on my development, then it's gambit declined. So this one is Smith-Morra gambit accepted, as Aryan Bangre has also taken some initiative and good typing there. Okay, so now look at that. We have sacrificed a pawn, but what is our claim? Our claim is that we have superior development. We're already out with 2 pieces, and if I put the bishop on c4, then we would have 3 pieces as opposed to a couple of pieces. Well, I hope that the next move is another piece movement by him. But otherwise, we'll simply have a lead in development, and our opponent is saying that, okay, I still will keep my lead in material. So that's the fun when you play the gambits. It's like proving your point or making the most. It's not proving the point, but actually making the most out of the advantage that you claim you have. So black in this case will claim that he has the extra material. He's a pawn up here, make no mistake. And what we can probably say is that, okay, yeah, you are a pawn up. but I think what I have is a lead in development and I have more space. For example, the queen can develop to all the important squares. This is a semi-open d file. I'm ready for castling. I've got three pieces well developed. We can argue that. Okay, so if you look at the arrows that I've drawn, you perfectly understand what I'm trying to say here, guys. Please type it in the chat if you understand all these things. Okay, now here our opponent has played knight to f6, so 3 pieces to 2 pieces is the development. And here knight g5 is my favorite move. I wouldn't hesitate in playing that. The only thing is that this will not be a fried lever, as Aryan Bhangre has said. This is, of course, he's put a question mark there. This is not fried lever. It's because it's after e4, e5. You know, in a fried lever game, you are not a pawn down. This is it looks similar. The attack is on f7, but this is as a result of the Smith-Morra gambit accepted. Very important. So we are a pawn down here. In Smith-Morra, it's e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, then bishop c4, knight f6, and knight g5. That way you can say it's the fried lever. Now, Namish was here, and I'm very happy that he is here. So, Namish, what you can probably do, best is just look at the way the time has been managed. Management of time is important here. And I knew that d5 was always going to be the response. The question is now, how do you take? You have got 4 options to take this pawn. Guys, that's huge, right? Imagine a situation where you have 4 options of taking the pawn on d5. The pawn, the bishop, the knight, the queen, and what are you going to do? Okay, the only important difference, guys, between fried lever, proper fried lever, and this position is that we are already a pawn down. In fried lever attack, we are not a pawn down. Very important to understand the difference. Here, the idea is that yes, we are attacking the f7 pawn, but then we have a lead in development, but at the cost of the pawn. So that's a very important thing, okay? And now the opponent has challenged us with this bishop. Like, what are you going to do with the bishop? I think that's a blunder, but okay. That fork will not work immediately, by the way. So let's say if I give this check, then the queen's already supporting it. So that wouldn't be exactly a blunder. I wouldn't say that. However, let's say knight takes and then pawn push with a discovered check. Will that work? I'm not quite sure about that. So, this is where you have to think. And I like it. I like it. So, when you spend time at the board thinking, Hitesh is here, right? Hitesh, yesterday you blundered this. The knight was being supported or something. I believe there was a piece that was supported. And you were like, yeah, sure. There's no threat. And again, that's the difference between proper fried liver and this. Hitesh says, yes, sir, is there. Guys, I think we are going to go with whatever is better. I mean, sacrificing a whole piece. I'm thinking about knight takes f7, but that will be too huge. And he's quite a decent player. He's also 1900, make no mistake. So, hey, I mean, come on. Let's play something that's really concrete. The best part is there's no push of c6 there. He has no support that way against the check, no protection of that against the check there. Okay, so now here I think I'm going to go with the move queen to a4 maybe. The idea is pretty simple, okay? I want to just take back with the queen and give a check. The logic is if he takes with the queen, then the knight is hanging. And if this knight cannot go back to c6 as long as this pawn on d5. So those are the things to remember. That's why you got to love when you play the gambits. I mean, it's about proving your point that, okay, I've given you the pawn, but I believe I have sufficient compensation. And black is saying, okay, I'll take the lead in material and I'll keep it. And then probably put pressure on you. That's why you got to love. The game of chess, sure, it's where white plays first, has a slight advantage because he plays first. but black is ready with the counter play. Okay, so now here our opponent has played a nice trick. He's like, I'm defending the knight here, so I'm really not concerned about. Oh, okay. So he says that I'm protecting my knight. So now my queen can take. That's what he's saying. I can take it that way. Interesting, right? So now we can castle, maybe. That's what we can do. If it takes there, I have to take with the queen. I'm going to take with the queen, right? I don't want to take with the knight. Do I want to take with the knight? Oh, I don't want to pre-move. The misclick will be dangerous. We don't want that. And by the way, I'm playing slower than what I normally would do with a particular purpose in mind. I just want to emphasize how important it is. Guys, I can't tell you. I mean, I want to emphasize on this really how important it is to use your time. So I'm playing slower than what normally I would have. I normally play slowly, there's no doubt about that, but I'm playing extra slowly with the sole intention of making it very clear that you have to use time. You just cannot play, you know, not using time. That's not done. Okay, so please, that is the way it is. Yes, the misclicks are annoying and they really mess up the good game that you are playing until that point of time. So remember, it's 10 plus 5, okay? That's why you got to enjoy the demo games. Like, how do we come back? It's very important. Now, why did I play that last move? Aryan, don't worry about it, my dear. Why did we play that f4 move, by the way? We're putting a question to our opponent. Like, okay, fine, your bishop is hanging. So my pawn is protected twice, attacked twice, and I'm looking at the open f file here. The knight's ready to go. So you must keep those things in mind, okay? Fantastic. What can we do here? Can we go for this attack here? Guys, it's getting really complicated, this game. Real complications. Real complications. Namish reminding Aryan that, buddy, it's 10 plus 5, not 10 plus 0. Guys, this game is getting really, really complicated. But awesome, right, in a way? No? Look at the knights protecting each other. We're attacking the bishop. There might be a blunder here from our opponent. We are inviting that blunder. And now this is what happens. If you have a quality opponent, he will also take your moves quite seriously. If you look, we were really down on time. But then because we were thinking, we came up with some moves that will make him think. And now look what has happened. Now the deficit is like a minute. Guys, comment on such things. Whenever I play a demo game, you have to learn these things. It's not just about the final result. If you have to improve in chess, enjoy the way you will play the game. I hope you are getting what I'm saying here. Okay. So Ayush, Ant-Man has totally understood the points. He's like, cool. Okay, this is how it is. So when you spend time, Namish, I wanted you to be the first to acknowledge this. Come on. So this is what I mean. Whenever you take time, yes, you do take time, but then you coming up with some plans and making the opponent think a little bit. Then you don't have to worry about the time because you are not playing without a plan. And the opponent then is thinking about your plan. Like, okay, why did that happen? What's up? And now finally has decided that, okay, I'm going to take the bishop. Now the check comes first. We all know that logic. The check comes first, okay? So is it that we will immediately take it or give the check with the knight? But then what can happen is you can take with the pawn and attack queen and knight both. So it's better I take it with the queen. And Rayansh is enjoying. Rayansh, this is how I want you to think. Okay? Proper. So bishop takes bishop is what he played. Thing. Okay. It's think, right? What did you want to say? Think or think what? I don't know. Okay, now the idea is, of course, I want to recapture with a knight, right? Do I want or not want to do that? I want to do that for sure. I lost a piece here. I'm attacking the bishop for the knight now. Okay, this is cool now. I think I like this idea more because I'm getting the bishop. Is he going for a quick draw here? Ooh, is he going for a quick draw? Guys, if I take with the bishop, then he can, if I take here, he can take here. And then if I take, then he has a check with c5 and I'll have to exchange that. I'll have to exchange the queen. But then the pawn will be very loose there, I suppose. I can attack that. See how things can really become. So he was ready for that. Ooh, he was ready for that. Queen c5 check, I have to exchange the queens. It's a check, mind you. But then he'll have to take with a pawn. So I'm a little concerned. I mean, he will have a pawn island because that pawn, or rather, he will have 3 pawn islands and an isolated pawn on the c5. Somebody type such things, seniors. If he takes back that way, if there is b takes c5 after queen c5 check, Ayush Tavade is like, what is pawn island? Jay, maybe you want to contribute here. I hope you are better than yesterday, Jay. I want you to type it. If you are not well, say so. Then we won't bother. But if you are well, this is a question at your level you can tackle. Pawn island. What is that? He's put a question mark there. We have got 3 pawn islands. Black has got 2 pawn islands. So if there is queen c5 check, okay, and Jayat rescue. Read that. Pawn island is a group of islands connected to each other. Group of pawns, basically. Oh, so he has decided not to go for it. Okay, he doesn't want to go for it. Okay. So if you don't want to go for it, then okay. Now, can I just push the knight and send it packing there? Can I do that? Can I take first the open file? Please tell me I can do that. I can take the open file, right? No? This is awesome. Love that. So now our pieces have got mobility. If I do this, he has to go here. That's the only square. But I think I'll focus on this. So Jay, thanks for answering, man. Yes. So if that would have happened, then black would have had 3 pawn islands. Ant-Man thanking Jay there. Okay, that doesn't bother me so much. Seriously, that doesn't. You know the reason why? Because I think I can do this. So if there is a check, and again there is bishop blocking it, right? I won't bother. The bishop blocks it, right? That's the bishop blocks it, right? And at this pawn here is really the key. Guys, have you noticed suddenly our opponent has less time than us? Have you noticed it? And we are in a position to make him move his queen yet again. And I'm not going to miss out on that opportunity. So Aryan beginning to understand that that's how things work. Rayansh also thanking Jay for clarifying the meaning. Jay got to acknowledge that. Oh, is he going for a draw? Oh, come on. Oh, no. You can't go for a draw like that, man. No. This time, let's chase the queen away this way. You want to do this or no? What? That's not fair. Come on. You don't want to go for a draw. No, man. I don't want to do that. Not a draw. Let's push the pawn. Guys, he's looking for a draw here. The bishop goes in. The queen goes somewhere. I don't know where. Where did the queen go, by the way? Here, right? Now again, when I play this, the queen won't go to g5. That's the best part. The queen won't go to g5. Rook c7 now will make sense. I wanted the pawn to be there supporting c7. I wanted that. That's why I did not play that first. Let's be honest here. That's why I did not do that. And now, very importantly, if he bothers to put, that's a blunder that's expected, okay? That's an expected blunder, guys. I'm telling you, that's an expected blunder. Watch this. I've got this bishop g5. It's very important, guys, you notice such things now. And please type it in the chat if you do. Enjoying the game of chess. Aryan Bangre, are you enjoying the game of chess? I repeat, you will be really not doing yourself any favor if you are only considering win or loss. Even at the grandmaster stage, the win or loss will happen. That's not the point. The point is how you plan your game. You should enjoy the planning stage and how you read a particular position. So that's the beauty of chess. Yeah, rightly put, Aryan. That's what I want. Okay. So the expected blunder is, because we have pushed the pawn, our opponent can put the rook on d8. Now, if our opponent puts the rook on d8, then we can put the bishop on g5, which will be a fort. We'll be attacking the queen and the rook at the same time, and our opponent doesn't have a check. That's the best part. Our opponent does not have a check. That I have checked. Our opponent does not have a check. That I have checked. Raj Bharambe. Oh, did we guys? Are you what? Are you even? What's that? Are you even loving this? I mean, you should be, right? I mean, surely, right? Guys, please tell me you're surely loving this, right? No, 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 not so much. Okay, guys, notice we have this queen here. Okay, or maybe even queen here. I don't know. That can work. That can work. Yeah. Okay, so he gave a check with that. Oh, we thought he had no check, but he has just come up with a check. Oh, bloody, oh no. Why did he have the check? Ooh. But we are still attacking. Make no mistake, we're still attacking. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. Guys, also important to remember that we have back rank issues. Surely, right? We're back rank issues, right? Yeah, we have some back rank issues. Rayan Shinamdar says, point to note. Now, do we want the quick exchange? Do we want that? We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay. Guys, will this work? I'm not sure. Will this work? There are lots of ideas running on in my head right now. I won't lie to you. Including the sacrifice. Shall I attack the queen here? I guess I should attack the queen. Let's do that. Goes there. That's a big surprise. Gives me a check. That is a surprise. Sacrifice coming up. Check. Okay. Checkmate coming up. What a game, right? Our pawn glory stopped. Our pawn glory stopped. Why did it stop, man? Now, please tell me this is checkmate. Queen f6 checkmate, right? Guys, please tell me that's checkmate, right? Queen f6 is checkmate, right? It's like king g8 and then queen g7 is checkmate. I mean, not made in one, but made in two. Imagine this was a tactical position. We always do tactics, right? Imagine this is a tactical position. Then you do that, right? Misclick. There is no misclick. Oh, Sagar is so sympathetic towards our opponent. Like, okay, oh, this is not fair. Come on, man. There was no way. I don't think there was any way to get out of it. I sacrificed my bishop. Guys, did you enjoy that? I sacrificed my bishop for that. And Aryan Bhangre, now I think you would understand the use of time. Huh? Who was the last laugh now? Huh? Who's the last laugh now? Okay, so this is it's immediately. I think Aryan seriously, yeah. Queen c3. But then again, you had got the ideas to double it up, right? I think you had the idea of doubling it up. My pawn was always going to be my key. That's why I sacrificed it, man. Okay, so the most important thing is I'm saying this. Namish, Shreyan, Reyansh, then Radhesh, all the speedsters of Vaidya's chess hub. You can give them this award. Speedsters of Vaidya's chess hub. Please take a screenshot of how I play. A screenshot. Like I have got 50 seconds left. I don't play that fast. I enjoy every game that I play with the planning process. Okay. So this is very important. Okay. Yeah, Mohit says I'm enjoying the stream and everything. Yeah, sure. Grunt says okay. That's the point. A screenshot is called for. If you don't enjoy the game, then there is no fun doing such things. Okay. Let's actually do that. Let's play another game here. Are you ready for it? Guys, okay. Again, that one question that I ask you whenever I play demo games is always this question. I want to do demo games and I also want to do some tactics. So now that we are done with one game and it's like 6:25, would you like to go for some demo games in between the other demo game, or would you want another demo game first, then tactic in the remaining time? Type it. So what is it? Oh, Grant says I have actually taken a snapshot, which is great, which is nice. Aryan Bangre has voted for another game, then tactic. Arya Mahakal also says demo game. Okay, fine. Ant-Man says first let's do some tactics. Namish says it's game one, game two, then last tactics. Rajbhai is also saying one more game and then let's do tactics. Sagar is saying first we'll complete demo games. Let's do the second one as well. And then we will go for the demo. Last 10 minutes for tactic. Okay, fine. Depends on when the game will end. We don't know how the opponent will play. Jay also has voted for another game. Okay, fine then. Saurish also thinks the game comes first. All right then, with you on this one. So let's do a game. So let's go for new opponent. It's 10 plus 5 that we have chosen to play. And guys, I'm playing 10 plus 5 intentionally. I hope you got the point there, because that's the time control that I have recommended. That is why I'm playing 10 plus 5. And hey, will we get e4, e5 this time? Will we get an e4, e5 this time? You bet, yeah. You bet. Okay. E4, e5, and now we go for d4. Okay, so now this is c3 again. Gambit idea. So what's our opponent saying? Our opponent is saying that I'll accept both the pawns. Guys, this is very important for you to understand. This is something really damn important, okay? I'll tell you why that is so damn important. In a moment, let me just see. Our opponent has played a move which is actually surprising in a way. It's protecting it. Maybe it's the move. We want to castle actually as soon as it is possible. So we don't want the queen taking the pawn for sure. Okay, guys, over here, very important. Yeah, Jay, thanks. The screen is visible. Yeah, sure. Guys, with this one, before I make my next move, I want to talk about this. The Danish gambit, the full Danish gambit, you particularly show that you are very aggressive. And it often, if you don't handle it well, white can lose. I'm making it very clear. If you don't handle it well. But somehow, I have really, I've always liked it. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. So here we are 2 pawns down, but look at the journey of the black queen here. Okay, so the black queen has moved twice in a matter of like 5 moves. What's that like? Surely, right? Okay, so I think we can go for this now. Let's go for this move, this knight ge2 move. By the way, knight ge2, no need to say knight e2 is okay, because this is the third pawn we are going to sacrifice now. Guys, this is awesome. 3 pawns. We are giving away 3 pawns. Now, wait a minute. Do we have crazy ideas? No, we don't have any idea. It's better we just castle with 3 points down here. Take a look at the board. Aryan would probably go bonkers with this. Like, what is just happening in this game? Like 3 pawns? Yeah. Now, the idea over here is quite simple. We have made the black queen move twice, and the knight also has moved twice. I'll remove that. Yeah, okay, but twice, yeah. And we have castled, black hasn't. Jay will put it probably in a better idea what this is. Bishop on c8, knight on b8, rook on 8. This is what is called, this is the way I like to play. It's like, okay, let there be some fun. Let's attack. And then how do we get the attack? We use all our pieces. So we are using all our pieces, while our opponent has got both the rooks, both the bishops, yet still on the initial square. So lopsided development it is. Jay is right, and so is Rayansh Inamdar. So guys, the queen has moved twice. Will somebody bother to type that? The queen has moved twice. The knight has moved twice. 4 moves. Black has taken 4 moves there. And now, if we take with the bishop, somebody type that. If we take with the bishop, bishop takes c3, the queen will move the third time now. That's no joke. I swear I'm not kidding. The queen will move the third time here. So Aryan has put it rightly. We sacrifice pawns, we develop everything. Well, that's the idea. Yeah, sure. That is the idea. So now let us move the bishop. Remember that the knight is supporting the bishop. So we are making the queen move twice. Still, he cannot do anything about the lopsided development because the bishop has to move. And now when I look at it, you know what I see? I see that our bishop pair is so active. We cannot move the bishop. Our queen is ever so active. Okay. I see that our rooks can come in the game. Now we can make the queen move one more time, guys. Please let me know if you are loving this. We can make his queen move one more time if you play h3. That's why I love this. Also, queen d5 will be threatening queen takes f7 check. But h3 first. Let's save the back rank. Or how about this check? F3 is not looking good because, I mean, that diagonal will be exposed. So how about going, yeah, traveling queen. That's right. Traveling queen. Ant-Man, you're right. The traveling queen. By the way, if you have noticed, an amazing thing is, we are 3 pawns down and the pieces are all in the open for white, for us. But not one of the pieces is hanging. Please somebody make a comment on that. Okay. We have not left any piece hanging. Guys, that is a point to note. I hope you are enjoying this. What did I just say? The pieces are in the open, but not one piece is hanging. The bishop is supported by the knight. The light colored bishop is supported. The queen and the rooks are there. The king safely castle and everything looks okay. Now the black is going to have to move the queen one more time. There is no escaping that. Another thing, if you have noticed, is black will have problems with this bishop now, because then otherwise you're threatening the bishop takes g7. Of course, the queen was then not here. Now again, that's the threat. If you looked at that, we can now again make the queen move. Guys, have you noticed this? We can again make that queen move, but not by playing this, because then otherwise it's simple queen exchange. Ooh, how can I forget that? I have to make one more important annotation before I make my move. Guys, whenever you play the Danish gambit, mark my words, guys, what I'm saying. Whenever you play the Danish gambit, you want to avoid exchanges. What did I say? You want to avoid exchanges. You want to do that, trust me. Because you have sacrificed a lot of material to get there. And then if you exchange the queens, then you will have no attack going forward. Okay, so that's the thing. Now if I play the rook here, he's going to move the bishop. We'll have one pawn back, but then he will have the rook g8. I'm not sure I want to go that road. So let's play the queen to d4 maybe. Queen to d4? No. If we play queen to d4, we'll allow him to come into the game. So queen d3 is just fine for now. What do you say? Or even d2 looks okay. d2 is even better. The more I think of it, the better. Yeah. Yeah, d2 is fine. Yeah. The logic, guys, is that now I want to play knight f4 or maybe even knight g3 or some square like that. Okay. Aryan highlighting that comment. Avoid exchanges when you play the Danish gambit. You have to do that. You have to do that. You can't deny that. Okay, you have to do that. All right, guys. And now, ooh, we can definitely make the queen move. And now, guess what? We have this check as well, but the bishop will be developed. We don't want that to happen. Let's make the queen move one more time. We're willing to do that. But I think if we go here, he has somehow the ideas of pinning the knight, which we don't want. Yeah. So knight g3 is better. What do you say? Knight g3 is better, guys. Attacking the queen. The queen will move one more time. Is somebody going to count for me how many times the black queen has moved? And Aryan Bangre noticed that we are half the time that of our opponent, but we are enjoying the game. Point noted. We have half the time that our opponent has. Half the time, mind you. But seriously, oh, Rayan says 7 times. Aryan has said 6 to 7 times. Ant-Man is saying 6 to 7 times the queen has moved. And Jay will tell you that still it's lopsided development. Still, even after so many moves. Guys, that's why I say enjoy this game. Oh, Abir has done some calculation. Abir is not saying 6 or 7, he's saying 7. Rayansh cannot believe that. Like what? He's moved his queen 7 times? Is that possible? Guys, I hope that you are enjoying this in a way, not just that because we won the last game. It's okay, good result. We won the last game. Yeah, fine. But the point is, this is what we have achieved, and we can make the queen move again because we have the bishop c2, and he cannot play the bishop blocking it because we have two pieces attacking it. I swear I'm loving this. I am totally loving this. So, I mean, look at the calculation here. If I play this bishop c2, he has to play f5. That's probably the only move he has. I don't see any other move he has. Quite honestly, no. No, I don't see any other move he has. Oh, no. Rook check is there, but then there is bishop e7. And then we could play knight f5, but there's this bishop to take care of first. That's why you have to enjoy the game of chess. Now, how about utilizing this rook here? Guys, you want me to move the rook a file rook? That will be awesome because then we can push f4 and then f5. What say? That also looks massive. Let's play this bishop move first. I mean, somehow I'm beginning to love this. The journey of the queen. I think Aryan did type that properly. Okay, it says bishop c2, queen c6. Okay, queen c6. Queen c6, I didn't get that. So again, still we are half the time that our opponent. I repeat, it's not just that we won the last game. That's why you should be enjoying the session. Even in the last game, look at the planning that we did. Look at our intention behind making every move, how we played slowly, not just because you have to play chess. It's not like that. You have to enjoy the game. Then you become a good player, not because you're forced to play chess. It really shows. I mean, and all these things will happen only when you start thinking. Like, how are we thinking here? Like, what can be attacked? How we can make our opponent move the same piece twice? How is it that we can gain advantage in the development? So when you start thinking, automatically you will start using time. Please, somebody highlight that in the chat. Okay. So Ayush has calculated, like, queen has moved 6 times. So who typed 7? The one who typed 7, who typed that earlier? I think it was Abir. Abir, you did that. And by the way, Aryan, I hope that you're loving the fact that that is why I said, okay, that you probably don't want to exchange the queens. I hope you're getting that. Guys, point to be typed in the chat. Like, had we exchanged the queens, then the fun would be over because we are still 3 pawns down. Make no mistake. 3 pawns is a piece value. Come on, give me a break. 3 pawns is 3 points. That's almost a piece. So that is important. Now, Arya is saying queen has moved only 5 times. Guys, who is right? Jay, can you please tell us who is right? Arya is saying only 5 times. Rayansh is saying 8 times. I don't know what this calculation is. Guys, come on. You have the moves, right? 5 times, 8 times, 7 times, 6 times. Now just done some calculation is saying 6. That's a 6. Is look probably at the moves. And point highlighted, don't exchange material when you're down on time. Yes, that is again a point highlighted. Guys, and now you know what? If we play queen to f4, can you please tell me how on earth he is going to defend this pawn? How? How is our opponent going to defend this pawn? Once, twice, and thrice it has been attacked. It is supported twice. And what more defender can actually come in the game? And yet we have not given the check. Rook e1 check is always on, but then there is bishop e7, so I did not bother that first. Anyway, sure. Sagar has also done some calculation. Aryan Bhangre, again, are you enjoying that we were half on time compared to our opponent? Aryan Bhangre, need to come in the chat, and this is what I want as a coach, for you to learn. Like, we were half on time. I remember clearly it was 8 minutes and 4 minutes. Somebody got to talk about that. So again, the point to be highlighted, I'm sure of all the people are speedsters are enjoying this. This is what it is. Win loss will happen in a game of chess. Even Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, did lose to Duda, right? So at all levels, come on. I mean, you play well, you will win on a day. Come on, it is given the win or loss. But then, I mean, the game should be fun to play. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then what's the fun of it? Come on. The main thing is how we slowly have built up this attack. And Jai can tell you that it's still lopsided development. And that's huge. Okay, that is huge. It's still no bishop movement, still no knight movement. So we are a piece down with 3 pawns down. Make no mistake, that's risky. We have taken the risk of the gambit. But then our opponent has not used 2 minor pieces and 1 major piece. You know that rook is the major piece. Yes, yes. When you play, you can also practice saying those lines. That's a good idea, Ant-Man. I'm sure that will work. Like when you play, you can also try to ask yourself the questions that I asked. Like, what did our opponent play? Like, what should I do? How will this help me? Or something like that. It's a very important thing, guys. And again, I will say the reason is when you play, now you tell me and be honest in the chat. If this is the way you play, then you will improve, right? How can you not improve if you actually, you do it this way? If you play this patiently, such 10 plus 5 games, I've recommended at least one, at least. You can play about 3 games, 2 to 3 games in a week, like 7 days. You can play 2 to 3 games. Like I've played 2 games right now. Forget you playing 2 games on the same day, but in a week, you can play 2 to 3 games, and that should be okay, right? Come on now. 100%. Guys, now this will be awesome. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because now when we take with the knight, he cannot castle because then we will have knight takes bishop, which is a fork. Guys, are you making a note of that? I really expect this blunder now. Knight takes e7 will be a fork. And that will be again with a check winning the queen. Have you noticed that? This is a very important point. So I want everybody to understand, don't play too many games. I mean, the number is not important. Somebody highlight that also in the chat. The number is not important. And now he's done the right thing, taking with the bishop. But hey, you know what? Now I think we can make the queen move again. Yes, we can make the queen move again. Yes, we can, sir. Make the queen move again. Can we do that? Please tell me we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I'm not sure about this, but okay. Guys, I'm expecting this castling blunder again. I'm expecting castling blunder. OMGB, yeah, that's oh my Ganpati Bappa. The number of games, Rayan Shinandar highlighting what the coach is saying. The number of games is not important. Yes, the number of games is not important. Totally agreed. Okay. Number of games, not important, sir. Guys, now there is a trap. I'm expecting again the castling blunder. He has to make this blunder. Come on now. It's too much. And then there is bishop e6 pinning the queen. And also don't forget I'm threatening to win the rook. It's oh my Bappa Ganpati. No, it's oh my Ganpati Bappa. That's how it works. Guys, come on. That's how it works. Not the other way around. Guys, let us attack the hanging rook there now. Sorry, the pawn on d7. Let's attack the pawn on b7. He has to castle. Come on, give me a break. I mean, that's a threat. That's a threat. That's clearly a threat. You have to castle and give that. Okay. Okay. Guys, by the way, have we just entered 2000? Jay, please confirm that. Have we just entered 2000? 2000 rating, 2000 rating. Have we entered that? Jay has confirmed. Jay has confirmed. Aryan is saying 1983. No, right? 2004, right? We got, how many points did I get? 21 points, right? Arya Mahakal is saying 200. Yep, 2004. Now back in 2000. I came down from, in bullets, I was 2114, 2114, and then I slipped back to 1900 or so, but okay. Guys, I'm making it very clear, okay? Somebody please highlight this. The fun is not just because you win games. Again in this game, how did we enjoy this game? Ask yourself that. It's not just about winning. Yeah, it's, of course it feels good to win, but how did we plan every move? How did we attack? How did we think about, hey, if we do this, the opponent will be under pressure? How did we not bother about being low on time initially? Aryan, typically you are the latest admission. I hope in both the games you must be concerned about sir being low on time. Be honest about it. And this is what it is. I mean, this is beautiful. This is what you have to learn. And okay, a few more things. The number of games you play, not important. If you play even 2 games per week like this, where, Ayush has given us a good idea. Like you can also do talking like I do while I play the game. Like what is my opponent doing? Why? What should I play? How can I get quick development? Or if you do that, well, then that's fine. It's very important. Very important. Well, some math by Aryan. Aryan is saying from -3 to -4, then 3, then to 1, then 2, and then to 0. Okay. He's done some good math about showing the progression, how we caught up as far as the time factor is concerned with our, compared to our opponent. Grant says totally. Enjoyed that. We are 2004 now in rapid. Thank you so much. Aryan is saying, I'm saying the time. Oh, he communicated the time. I thought it was -3. Yeah, but then first one you said -3, right? We were deficit of 3 minutes. Something like that. Anyway. And yes, now, 10 minutes, tactics. Now everybody will realize why tactics are also important. Guys, let me take you to that board again. This was tactic, right? In this game, had our opponent castle, bishop e6 is pin tactic, right? Again, one more. Before this, if he had castled here, knight takes e7 was the fork tactic, right? Was the fork tactic, right? So I hope you realize that whatever it is that we talk, otherwise you will think that, hey, we talk about tactics and tactics, but this is how tactics are useful, even in real game. I'm showing you some real application of this. These are all tactics. Anyway, so let's now log out and let's get to tactics at your level. Yeah. First one is, let me change the color, maybe the board theme. This is good, right? Yeah, this is a little better. So it's white to play here. 10 minutes to go. Rayansh has made an interesting observation. Say, like, before our opponent lost this game, his rating was our year of independence, 1947. And what a coincidence. This Sunday we have that, is it not? Navish Dhake says, let's go for a 3D setup. Oh, come on, we've got 10 minutes. Nah, it's not a full tactics session today. We can do that tomorrow. Guys, let me know in the chat if you are okay with tomorrow with a 3D tactics session. 3D. 3D pieces tactics session tomorrow. Now, people said bishop takes g7 is checkmate. Like how? Grant, what has happened to you? Bishop take g7 is not checkmate, right? Bishop can take, right? Are we missing on something? Yeah. All right. Aryamaka is supporting that. Think about it. Now that we have played 2 successful demo games highlighting the use of time, okay, you have to start using time. Why is it confusing again, Aryan? Come on, that's not done, man. Come on, think about it. It is about the H file pawn. It is about how you are going to use it. Why don't you think about it? Guys, this is called space vacation or square vacation. Somebody type that. Jai, if you are all right, Jai, you should do the typing. Jai has not told us now whether you're feeling better or not, Jai. Otherwise, we will not bother you. Are you feeling okay? Because if you are, you should type more. Okay. My point is, this is called square vacation or space vacation. Doesn't mean that you go with Elon Musk on a space vacation in the outer space in SpaceX. Jay is saying okay, but sniffing. Okay, so Jay is still not 100% okay. Guys, notice that we want to vacate this for the queen. Okay, so the bishop will come to g5, pinning the bishop. Okay, if the bishop takes the bishop, then pawn takes will be a deadly checkmate. Okay, and if the bishop does not, just moves back or something, then our queen can go on h5 and then there will be a check. Our queen will get the h5 square. If you're following the diagram, please tell me. Please tell me, guys, if you're following that. Our queen needs a space to give the check. Have you realized that? Our queen will come to h5 and that will be a check. Yes or no? Have you realized that? Guys, please type if you have realized that. You should do such things. And more importantly, we can sacrifice the bishop on g7. Have you thought about that? Bishop takes, if bishop takes, with the same idea. So we want to check with the queen. But then if we play bishop g5, the only thing is that, black can play knight here, attacking the queen and also stopping h5. Guys, please notice such things. Oh, there's a lot. The knight can come to f4, attacking the queen, also stopping h5. Ooh, that's huge. So look at that bishop sacrifice there. Ooh, bishop takes. The king cannot take because it's by the queen, protected by the queen. And now look at this nasty bishop. This is awesome. Checkmate in 2. Honestly, tell me if you love this position. Be honest about it. Even if you did not get it right, it doesn't matter. Did you enjoy this position? You have to, again, like the game, you have to enjoy doing chess, playing chess. Totally loved it. That's nice. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm happy then. As long as my students are really loving this part of chess, Rajbhai totally enjoyed that. Namish is saying 80% enjoyed. OMGB, right? OMGB. Next one is white to play. What are we going to do with this one? What are the possibilities? What can we do here? White to play. Always look for the attack first. Always told you. Oh, Namish is saying about the score 80%. Okay, Namish is saying I didn't say 80% enjoyed. 80% for the score. Okay, okay, okay. But we have just done one position. So I don't know how you calculated 80%, but Queen to Rajbhai with the answer. Knight F4 traps the queen. How many people agree with that? Trapping the queen. Saurish agrees with that. Knight F4. Let's get the queen. Arya Mahakal agrees with that. Aryan agrees with that. Itesh is saying yes. Mohit agrees with that. So let's do that. Seems to be right. He has at least taken our rook. Next one, black to play. Guys, we've got 3 minutes more. Let's do one or two more positions. Is this about pawn promotion? Black to play, guys. Black to play here. What can black do in this position? Please remember this pawn is going this way. Black to play. Please remember where the pawns are going, guys. Desperado. Okay. Which one could be Desperado? The queen capture last time was like Desperado because the queen was trapped, nothing more to do. Yeah. In a way. It's not an exact example of Desperado. But Desperado is like I'll take, you will take, again I will take, you will take, both continuing their attack is like the Desperado. A4. Ooh, okay. So the idea the people like is let's go A4. If pawn takes pawn, then king takes bishop. Guys, you like that idea? Then the bishop is hanging, right? If the pawn takes pawn, destroying the defender, and if not, well, then the simple threat is how are you going to catch the pawn? At the moment pawn moves, the bishop is hanging, right? Please tell me, it's a pawn glory thing. I told you, I suspected that this might be pawn promotion, right? D3 check. They like D3 check? No. No. If you don't take the pawn, will move, Aryan. That's what I said, Aryan. If you don't take the pawn, then we will continue to push the pawn. If you don't take the pawn, then the pawn moves to A3, A2, A1. The pawn will continue the march if the pawn does not take. And the moment this pawn moves, the bishop on C4 will be hanging. How will the bishop stop the promotion? Guys, can we take this as homework? 1 minute, maybe one or maybe 2 minutes digitally, 1 point something, but okay. So guys, can you take this as homework? It's 1 minute more. Take a screenshot. Let me cancel all the arrows. Take the screenshot, guys. This is your homework. This is your homework. No, no, no. Like Namish is like, no, I don't want homework. Come on, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Not everyone knows the answer. Nobody knows the answer. People are confused between the pawn push and the D3 check with the variation. Homework. Surely. Options. I'll draw colors. Check the pawn push. But with the variations. Don't just type the color of the arrow in the homework on the group. Yes, put it on the Telegram group. Yes, you can't type it in the channel. Raj just mentioned that. Okay, you need to do it on the group. Yes, it's digitally 7, so it's time to stop. What a beautiful day we have had, especially because I was able to demonstrate the use of time, advantage of development, how you can talk and play the moves, plan, okay, and how enjoying the game is important, not just winning or losing. Enjoying the game is so important, okay. So just make sure that you do the homework. Please type your tata bye bye, whether it was an enjoyable session. We'll meet tomorrow. 3D pieces tactic session, guys. 3D pieces tactic session would be nice. Yeah, sure. Enjoyable lecture. I enjoyed that. Take care, guys. Bye bye.